Hey up, Donald Trump, definitely working for Putin. Definitely. The Ukrainians have leaked a document along with some of the other European Secret Service people. And we now have the proof that Donald Trump is definitely working for the Russians, because some stuff went through the White House that Trump would have had access to see, was deliberately planted, and lo and behold, it turned up in the Kremlin. Unbelievable. We know he's lying. Trump's lying about Greenland. They're not after the blooming security at all. It's all about mineral wealth and Trump and his fucking arsehole mates getting rich. Rich arseholes getting rich. Or they think they are. The Chinese have said they're not interested in Greenland. The minerals and stuff that's under Greenland, it's going to cost far too much money to get it out and get the stuff, to get at it, in order to be able to use it. The Russians have said the same. I mean, even the Russians have offered military assistance now to the European countries to say, look, we don't want to fight with you, but if Trump's going to invade Greenland, we're prepared to put Arctic trained specialist troops in there to boost Greenland. Well, because it's a publicity stunt, we all know it. Putin can't be trusted anyway, he's another bleeding arsehole. I'm seeing more and more fucking Bubbas and Eugenes and Americans coming onto YouTube and stuff like this, and social media channels. Well-set guys that have obviously worked out or got some kind of military service, allegedly, spouting their mouth off about stuff they know fuck all about. You know, Greenland, are you Americans that ignorant? Where have you been for the last 80 bloody years? You know, every bloody war you Americans have ever fought, you've had the Brits backing you to a point, apart from Vietnam. We saw the sense of that one and kept out of it. But every time Bin Laden attacks the Twin Trade Towers, the Brits stepped up, the Danes stepped up, the Germans, even the Swedes and the Ukrainians. And yet, I'm still hearing American soldiers and personnel that have worked with those guys talking bollocks on bloody YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat, just coming out with total bollocks. Your average American serviceman that's worked with the Brits, no, we don't back down from a fight. We will take on the roughest, toughest and hardest bloody missions ever, and it's well known. We got Helmand province in Afghanistan alongside the Danes. The Americans wouldn't even fucking go there. They were shit scared. But we Brits took it on. And when we were there, where was the American air cover? The times we asked for airstrikes from the Americans and helicopter gunships, we're too busy, can't do it. They didn't turn up. But somehow we managed to get through it all. We know the Falklands War in 1982. Incidentally, the Falklands War, Britain took Argentina on its own. And we won. Although the Americans were getting information from our guys on the ground in the Falklands, and lo and behold, the Americans got to know, as soon as they got to know, the Argentinians knew. But there's plenty of guys coming on these YouTube and social media channels, Americans, talking absolute shit. Absolute total shite. In fact, their arseholes must be jealous of the mouths, because there's that much fucking shit spewed out of the mouths. Their ass can't keep up. Now, Greenland. The Americans want a fight. The Europeans will bloody give you one. I've worked as a soldier with America, and I'll tell you now, I'd rather have the Danes backing me up than you bloody Americans. Why? I was involved in Iraq, where an American airplane bombed one of our armoured personnel carriers. I've never trusted them. I've worked in South America on anti-drugs operations. I don't trust Americans. I never have done. Funny thing is, whenever the Americans are involved, nothing ever goes smoothly. There's always an American blabbing his mouth off to whoever we go up against. And I've put some bad guys away in my time, really bad guys. But I'm now starting to think, maybe I was shooting at the wrong bloody targets. I should have been shooting at the Americans that were with us. All you do is you fucking go around the world causing fucking problems and trouble, poking your nose into stuff that don't concern you. And then when it goes pear-shaped, who are the ones that you turn to? The Europeans to bail you out. France, Germany, Britain. You've never won a war on your own, you Americans. Never. You won the war of you keep saying you won the war of independence. You didn't. The Brits just gave up because we're too busy with other people, like the French. Meanwhile, you reckon you won this war of independence, but you had a hell of a lot of help off the French and the bloody Spanish. And the Spanish. And then you did the shit on that, and you shit on them. Right. Greenland. Leif Erikson, a Norwegian at the time, because Norway, Denmark, Sweden and Finland were all part of the same kingdom and ruled by an outfit called the Vikings. And if you're really stupid, nobody in the right mind picked a fight with them. Nobody. So Leif Erikson, Eric the Red, his dad, Erikson's dad, went from Norway across to Greenland, to Iceland, and set up a colony. Now Leif Erikson, by Norwegian, thought, right, there's more of that hill there somewhere else. And he ended up going west, and he found Newfoundland. Now the documentation and the hearsay from the Native Americans, who incidentally were there before 1775, reckon in their folklore that they make the guys from the east, the Norsemen. And it's rumoured that the Seminole Indians in Florida also met the Norsemen. And this Trump coming out, just because somebody landed in a boat a few years ago, don't mean they have ownership. I've got news for you, Trump. You lot landed, you European Americans landed in a boat 300 years ago. And now you think you've got a claim on America. You want to be careful with that rhetoric, because the natives are waking up. Your country is heading, the United States is heading, for war against Europe and a bloody civil war itself. You're going to have the Trump supporters fighting every bugger else. The question is, the dim ones are going to go with Trump, the ones that's got no brains. The other ones are going to back the right side. And when it all goes to shit, and while you're buying it, another thing, Trump, just for your sake, you said you don't want the Chinese and the Russians as neighbours. Russia is 55 miles off your Alaskan coast. Fucking wake up, dickhead. It's obvious that you never went to fucking school. You definitely don't know fucking geography. So, how the fuck do you explain that one? Well, I'll tell you what, Trump and America. You're now ruled by Moscow. When the Russian soldiers get off the boat in places like Alaska, when they land in Alaska, and you've fucking burnt your bridges with NATO and you need help, you won't be getting it. You're going to have to fight the Russians on your own. And then the Mexicans, what if they decide they want California and Texas back? Who are you going to call for help? Or Canada decides, oh, we'll march south, we'll ransack Washington again. Who's going to help you? And as a Brit, we didn't give up. We didn't lose the War of Independence with America. We just gave up because we couldn't be arsed with you. You weren't worth the trouble. And here we are, all these years on. You're proving exactly why we left you alone. You're not fit to be part of the United Nations or the NATO alliance. You've more faces than a bloody town hall clock. You talk total shite. And I'll tell you now, you start on Greenland and you can kiss goodbye to your fucking men and equipment and the service personnel you've got in Britain, because we'll be bloody seizing it and handing it to the Ukrainians. And your personnel, you won't get that back, are going to be interned until the end of the blooming scrap over Greenland. Get that in your thick heads. And here's the irony. The number of thousands of bloody American soldiers that died in Europe fighting the Nazi regime of Germany in World War II. And here's the irony. That very same Germany is now sending soldiers to fight in Greenland against the American Nazis. How's that for irony?